with Sailing Stray Cats. It's August 6th. We're on our part 2 of our trip across the Atlantic. This will be Bermuda to the Azores, and part 3 will be Azores to hopefully Portugal. We're not exactly sure how long it will take us to get through the 2,000 miles between Bermuda and Azores. It will all depend on the weather.
This cute little bird visiting us. Yeah, it's a swallow. Just swooped down to say hi. This is day 3 of our journey, and it's very, very calm out. We're not going very fast. We're motoring now. The sea is almost completely smooth, just a few ripples. But we're not complaining. We'd rather have this than a big, ugly storm. We had a visit from a young red-footed booby on the boat. He just swooped down and decided to stay perched on the bow for about 12 hours. And then in the morning, a few of his friends came circling around the boat, and he took off and flew away with them.
So here's what happened with the fish. I was sleeping because I was on watch all night long. Got about an hour's of sleep. I hear all this banging and screaming and laughing and carrying on right above the bedroom. So I got up and I went out there thinking there was something going on. And sure enough, there was Diane diving for the fishing rod on the port side and reeling really hard and reeling it in. When all of a sudden on the starboard side, the pole goes zing out, and I'm the only one ready to grab anything. And I was looking at her, and she's going, grab the rod. And I'm going, but I don't fish, I don't know how to fish. She goes, you just reel it in. So I started to reel it in.
Got it.
After about 10 minutes of this, the two of us fighting fish, her fish falls off. And I just kept going and fighting this fish. It was crazy.
Ready? Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up.
How's this?
Swing them on over.
Finally caught a big tuna.
Hoo-hoo!
Another visit from our swallow friend. We were sailing under a rain cloud, and he came inside the boat for some shelter. No, Dave was trying to catch up on his sleep, but I woke him up because I just had to get some video of this bird sitting on my finger. At one point, we've been motoring for about a day and a half, and we thought, let's put up the Spinnaker. There's a bit of wind in the air. So we hoisted it up, which is no easy task. And we noticed that there was a rip, like a rip that had rips in it. So we quickly took it down and we lashed it to the bow and we spread it all out and got out the sail mending tape, the ripstop tape, and it took all three of us it was about a 2-hour effort with stitching and everything that went with it. So we hoisted it back up and immediately we looked and we couldn't believe it, but there was another rip in it. So we took it down again and we did another repair on it and hoisted it back up, and the wind had stopped. The little bit of wind that there was had stopped. So we took it down again and continued to motor indefinitely.
Sailing along, and then all of a sudden the diesel ran out, and I had 2 jerry cans of diesel ready to go because I knew we were getting close, and I filled it up, and now we knew we were pretty close to out of gas, but we were still without real wind. So we decided to head towards the closest island of the Azores that we could, which was Flores. The problem with Flores, the marina had been hit by a hurricane several years prior, and so it was officially closed. And so we chugged along towards there. Now, what we did to be able to do this was we ran the engines as minimally as possible, which was like 1100 RPMs, 1200 RPMs, which really dragged out the fuel. And we managed to, in 24 hours, to make it to the marina. And when we got there, we found out what it meant to be closed. It really was closed. There were no boats there. There was no real anchorage. So we had to tie up to a very tall concrete wall and put out all the fenders we could find and climb a broken ladder to get up to land. And it was really miserable. We were just very, very lucky. So then the question was, where are we going to get fuel? They obviously had no fuel dock. Diane and the captain, they walked to a gas station and carried 4 diesel jerry cans with them. While they were gone and I was sitting there sleeping on the back, this woman comes up and she says, excuse me, that she wanted us to leave now, because she kept saying, leave now, leave now. And I said, we can't, we have no fuel, no fuel, no fuel. She said, okay, tomorrow morning. I said, okay, that's fine. Looking for fuel.
Join us next time for exploring the Azores and sailing to Portugal.